The top stories for the hour. Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Toruna highlights Dabra Brahan's industrial growth as a source of job and farmers' connection. And Ethiopia to host World Climate Talks in 2027. Hello and welcome to TBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. Ismi Magdalai. See you with today's update. Do stay with us. Dabra Brahan, the capital of North Shawa Zone in Amhara region, is fast becoming one of Ethiopia's leading centers of industrial growth. Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Toruna made the remark during a visit to several factories in the city, praising Dabra Brahan as a center of gravity for industry. He said the city is playing a vital role in Ethiopia's transformation from an agriculture-based economy to one led by manufacturing. Among the facilities visited by the newly inaugurated Brown Foods maize processing factory, designed to link maize producing farmers with the industrial sector. The factory aims to replace imported products with locally made goods and provide new job opportunities for young people. The industrial development I witnessed show that we are firmly grasping the tail of the structured transition from agriculture to industry, Tamasgen said. This factory connects farmers to manufacturing, creates a job for the youth and strengthens Ethiopia's ability to produce what we consume. The factory's maize products are fortified with essential vitamins and minerals, making Ethiopia one of the few African nations producing enriched foods domestically. Tamasgen also emphasized the importance of factories that use local raw materials, saying they are key to achieving economic sovereignty. During his tour, the Deputy Prime Minister visited multiple industrial sites, highlighting Dabra Brahan's growth reputation as a hub of manufacturing and economic diversification in the Amhara region. State Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia, Ambassador Haidar Abera, received the Ambassador of Republic of Namibia to Ethiopia, Mbappe Muvanga, at his office. During the meeting, Ambassador Haidar underscored the long-standing historical ties between Ethiopia and Namibia and emphasized the importance of further strengthening cooperation in both bilateral and multilateral frameworks. Ambassador Muvanga, for his part, affirmed the deep-rooted diplomatic relation between the two countries and expressed his government's commitment to further strengthen the partnership. Both sides reaffirmed their readiness to work closely in areas of mutual interest to advance shared goals, according to Foreign Affairs of Ministry of Ethiopia. The National Bank of Ethiopia has updated its list of licensed money transfer service providers operating in the country. Following a detailed regulatory review, Ramada Payka, a company based in Falls Church, Virginia, has been reinstated after meeting all compliance and regulatory requirements set by Ethiopian law and National Bank directives. The bank said the decision reflects its continued efforts to strengthen oversight in the remittance sector and ensure that all money transfer operates work transparently and within the law. The National Bank also called on suspended operators to take the necessary steps to fulfill Ethiopia's legal and regulatory standards. Officials reminded the public to use only licensed and authorized money transfer channels, emphasizing that doing so guarantees safe, secure, and transferable transactions that comply with anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing measures. Reaffirming its commitment, the National Bank said it will continue to promote a secure, transparent, and efficient financial system that supports lawful remittance, operates, and contributes to the country's economic development. Ethiopia has scored a major diplomatic victory, securing the endorsement of African Group of Negotiators to hand the 32nd UN Climate Change Conference in Addis Ababa in 2027. The decision places Ethiopia at the heart of the global climate diplomacy. Ethiopia's ambassador to Brazil, Olusegun Tadesse, highlighted the country's commitment to hosting the conference and extended an open invitation to the world to experience Ethiopia should be a bid to finalize. Jerusalem Batzaha has the report.
Since 2019, under the leadership of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Ethiopia has achieved significant progress in reforestation, forest development, renewable energy generation, environmental rehabilitation, and climate-resilient development. Large-scale initiatives such as the Green Legacy Campaign, sustainable watershed projects, and renewable energy expansion have earned Ethiopia recognition in global climate forums. Acknowledging these efforts at the COP30 UN Climate Change Conference in Belém, Brazil, Ethiopia has been selected as the host of the 2027 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP32. The Africa Group of Negotiators have also officially endorsed Ethiopia's request to host COP32 in Addis Ababa, a major milestone that places the country at the forefront of global climate diplomacy.
I am pleased to inform you that the African Group has received and endorsed the request of the government of Ethiopia to host COP32.
Ethiopian ambassador to Brazil, Olusegun Tadesse, said the decision reflects international recognition of Ethiopia's climate-resilient development path. The ambassador reaffirmed Ethiopia's commitment to successfully hosting the global conference and extended an open invitation to the world to visit and experience Ethiopia once the bid is finalized.
We are deeply grateful for the trust and confidence bestowed on Ethiopian people and government. We would like to reiterate our commitment to hosting the African COP in 2027. We look forward to welcoming all of you to Addis Ababa for the COP32. The Ethiopian government is committed and ready to welcome you all. We are making initial preparations both on the technical and logistics fronts, drawing on our experience of hosting international forums.
According to the ambassador, Ethiopia will continue working to strengthen Africa's global climate leadership in the lead up to and during COP32 in Addis Ababa.
Themed the role of national democratic institutions in promoting peace and security, the third Intergovernmental Authority on Development IGAD Governance Forum has kicked off. Speaking on the occasion, coordinator of democratic system building at the Ethiopian Office of Prime Minister, Dr. Biqila Hurrisa, has reiterated that Ethiopia is committed to opening political space, modernizing the civil service, reforming the justice and security sector. IGAD's Peace and Security Director, Commander Abebe Mulune, for his part, has highlighted that in alignment with Agenda AU 2063, the focus should be, he says, on the democracy aimer for the public, especially the youth. Tugustar Nessa has more.
Aiming at reinforcing the foundational role of democratic institutions in fostering resilience, stability and sustainable peace across the IGAD region through high-level dialogue and experience sharing, the third IGAD Governance Forum is well underway. Speaking on the occasion, Coordinator of Democratic System Building at the Ethiopian Office of Prime Minister, Dr. Biqila Hurrisa, has reiterated that Ethiopia is committed to opening political space, modernizing the civil service, reforming the justice and security sector.
The government's commitment to opening political space, modernizing the civil service, reforming the justice and security sectors, combating corruption, and strengthening institutional bodies reflects a clear understanding that sustainable peace cannot be imposed. It must be institutionalized.
IGAD's Peace and Security Director, Commander Abebe Mulune, for his part, has highlighted that in alignment with AU's Agenda 2063, the focus should be, he says, on the democracy aimed for the public, especially the youth.
According to the Agenda 2063 of the Africa Union, the Africa we want, we must focus on the democracy we aim for. The democracy our people, especially our youth, want. The democracy that produces results since political transition without meaningful outcomes would be pointless. Strengthening democratic institutions is crucial for building a just and equitable society. We can encourage inclusive transition by placing citizens at the heart of our political discussions.
Second Secretary of Embassy of Sweden in Addis Ababa, Agnes Geijer Farah-Ferzer, has disclosed that Sweden has worked closely with IGAD to consolidate partnerships.
Sweden has worked closely with IGAD to consolidate our partnership, moving away from fragmented project support towards a more programmatic approach. This shift is designed to better align our support with IGAD's core mandate, reduce administrative overhead, and reinforce IGAD's capacity to act as a unifying and unified institution.
The IGAD region remains a complex landscape characterized by both modest progress and profound challenges in the area of governance.
That's all we had for today's update, but before I go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Torune highlights Deborah Burhan's industrial growth as a source of job and farmers' connection. And Ethiopia to host World Climate Talks in 2027. Thank you for tuning in to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It was me, Magadalai. See you in today's update. Goodbye.